the other side of my dealing, my criminality, the party drugs element of it, that just came bang on top, and basically that just torpedoed. At that time, basically, like I say, I was probably using £2,000-3,000 worth of cocaine a week, but it wasn't. I was able to fund it because I was making enough profit on everything else I was doing. And then I don't know if you remember, there was a young girl called Leah Betts.
I very do, yeah.
The
young lady that died of water on the brain through the ecstasy tablet, yeah.
Yeah. And basically, I can't remember. I think it was Spice Girls, weren't they? The Yees, I think that had done her. But I remember I'd picked up 10,000 on the Friday night, and then the front page of the News of the World on the Sunday morning was the picture that the family released with her on the ventilator, and the tagline "Killer E," killer Spice Girl E kills 15-year-old girl. Do you know what I mean? So basically, I got straight on the phone this lad and said, listen, he's going to have to come back. And he said, listen, you know the rules. Unless you've got a yellow sheet, you've got to pay. So like a yellow sheet's like if you get drugs seized by the police, you get like an evidence document.
Yeah.
So
No, I know the one. Yeah.
If you produce one of them, basically, you don't have to pay your debt. Anything else, otherwise, you've got to. So at this point, I just owed a huge amount of money. Couldn't shift him. And then, like I say, it just imploded within probably about the space of about 6 months, and I did all sorts to try and get it paid off. A lot of stuff I can't talk about on camera, but I just
great. No, please don't. Yeah, no, it's fine.
I couldn't resolve it at all. So in the end, I did again your plastic gangster Manchester routine. Did a bunk to North Wales.
What's funny is you said you didn't really spiral, but that last 6 months sounds like a spiral.
No, it was just completely out of control. It was
okay.
It just totally, yeah. Just when you talk, it just. I mean, obviously, I see it from the other side of the fence a lot, where you talk about like full-on addict chaos, but addict thinking as well, and it's just horrendous. But.
So you ran away to North Wales?
Yeah, they'll never find me. And then 2 weeks after I moved here, I was sat in a pub on Bangor High Street, and I was watching the England-Argentina game. Do you remember Michael Owen? When he ran the half length of the pitch and scored a screamer, and Beckham got sent off. And I'm sat there watching the telly, and there's a tap on the window, and I've turned and I've looked, and it's a guy I owe the money to, and I thought, no, it can't be, can it? So I turned around, watching the taps again, and I've looked, and he's just waving at me through the window like this. So there was like a back door to the pub, so I jumped the table, up the back door, and there was 2 others waiting outside for me. So I hit over the head and bundled in the boot of a car and shipped off to Manchester. And that's I think that's some of probably the most damaging stuff. I had like a 2-3 day period. Just kept captive and tortured. And that, I mean, at the time, it wasn't the physical element to it. Wasn't. I mean, it's a really funny story. Just to break the mood, to stop me from crying, because I was going to get a bit sick. But it was a really funny story where I think basically my body was going into shock, and I was going into like sort of shutdown mode. And basically, this guy had got himself like really like worked up and was like bang, and he was like tied to a chair, and he was just knocking shit out of me. And then he was like ranting at me, and there was another guy in the room, and he was like, blah, look at the state of him, this is what happens. And basically the other lad had been brought in because he owed money as well, so they brought him in to show what happened to people who owed the money. So he's going, this is what happens, blah, blah, blah. So I think because my body was going into shock, because I had my hands tied me about, I just can't help it. But I just cracked out this massive yawn. He's like ranting, and I've just gone, oh, like halfway through, like he was bored of me. That tipped him over the edge again. And but yeah, it was just, so I had 3 really, and like I say, I thought it was kind of game over. There was a couple of points at the there was like a mock execution. And that was just, I genuinely thought I was going at that point. And like I said, I can see it now, close my eyes, I can see it like the hammer coming down, like slow motion. And you're just expecting it to puff at the end, but like nothing. But like I said at the time, it wasn't, I think, same thing as it always is with like physical trauma at the time. Your body just manages it on a physical level. So the psychological stuff, you're not actually recognising or taking in the impacts of it. But afterwards, after I mean, that was probably the stuff that I struggled with most for a couple of years afterwards. And again, it wasn't the physicality of it, but it was a couple of bits where just like being threatened with rape and stuff like that, and just generally feeling like emasculated and like, do you know what I mean? Because I've always been a very,
yeah, no, sure, yeah, very difficult experience.
yeah.
And is it part of that journey that then just made you decide I've had enough of this, because you'd already run away, but
No, do you know? I mean, that was. I suppose to tie it off, basically, they released me at that point. I couldn't go back to I didn't want my partner to see me like that, so I went to my sister's, and basically I came out of the shower and my sister, she saw what was going on, saw the state of me. I was covered in boot prints, cigarettes, all the just, it was horrendous. And basically she remortgaged the house and got the debt paid off for me, which then got me to, but I was told at that point then, basically, we don't want to see you in Manchester again, otherwise, you know, we're going to shoot you, sort of thing.